Good evening and welcome back to the Daily O. I'm Connor Bergen. Thanks for joining us tonight. In local news, the city of Stillwater launched a new hashtag last week to kick off the Shop Stillwater holiday season. There are several variations such as Shop SWO, Work SWO, and Love SWO. They are all used to promote services and boost local shops and unity within the community. This also raises awareness of the Stillwater Regional Airport since the airport code is SWO as well. The previous hashtag STWOK was used for more than a decade and still may be utilized by some as the new hashtag gets used. The Shop SWO campaign launched last week as well. This is to encourage residents and visitors to support Stillwater businesses for all their holiday shopping this season. Next time you shop in town, promote the business and use the new hashtag. It's been a warm one today here in Stillwater. Let's move things over to the O'Cauley Storm Studio with our own Joshua Weisel to see if this weather continues. Take it away, Josh.
Thanks, Connor. Well, we're going to be starting off with the hour-by-hour forecast for this evening, and as you can see, for the next couple of hours, we will still be in the upper 70s. Our high today was around 78, but we did see some values even higher than that across the region today. So it's been a warm one. It's been warmer than it's been the past couple of days. So if you're a fan of warm weather, I'm sure that you enjoyed this day rather well just because it has been warmer. Now, for the next couple of hours, there's going to be a cold front moving into the area. It's going to lower our temperatures by just a little bit, just by roughly 8 degrees by tomorrow for the high. I'll show you that with the 10-day forecast coming up. But with that said, there's going to be some cloud coverage moving into the area with that cold front. So we're going to go from mostly clear like we've been all day, transitioning over to partly cloudy, then mostly cloudy conditions overnight and into tomorrow morning. A low chance for maybe a few isolated showers and even a few areas of drizzle for the overnight into tomorrow morning hours. And we'll be in the low 50s for a low. I'll show you that on the next slide. So here's a look at the overall forecast for tonight. 53 is our low, mostly cloudy. Like I said, that cold front is going to be pushing in the cloud coverage for tonight, and then we'll have some south winds around 8 to 16 miles an hour. For tomorrow, it's still going to be warm, but not as warm as it was today. The highs around 69 with mostly cloudy conditions and west winds around 8 to 15 miles an hour. Low chance for some drizzle and even some showers in the early morning to midday hours for tomorrow. So we're going to be moving on to the allergy forecast for today, and thankfully we're still seeing those allergy levels still in the low areas categorical wise. Pollen is rather low, mold is still very low to almost zero, and then overall air quality is also low with low impacts in just 2 categories, so that's some good news. We'll start to see that kind of go all over the place the next couple of weeks as we have systems moving into the area that will kind of have our temperatures in a roller coaster pattern just because it's that time of year. So we'll see this low, we'll see this moderate off and on throughout the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for the latest forecast updates and make sure you tune in for the morning forecast as well to start off your day. So we're going to be moving on to our next storm system. This is Wednesday, and as it makes its way into our area, there's a chance that we could see maybe a few strong to severe storms across the area on Wednesday. So for the wide look at our state, Oklahoma City, Lawton, Elk City, Enid, Ponca City, even for our areas, Tulsa and Stillwater, there's a low chance for maybe a few strong to severe storms that could be capable of producing quarter-sized hail, 60, maybe 65 mile-an-hour winds, and a low tornado threat. Zooming into our area, as you can see across the Stillwater viewing area, Oklahoma City, Norman, Enid, Ponca City, we are all included in that low risk for now. Not really thinking this is going to be a widespread severe weather setup like we've seen in the past couple of storm days that we've had here in Stillwater. But like I said, Stillwater can't rule out maybe a few strong to severe storms on Wednesday afternoon into the early evening hours. So stay tuned for full forecast updates for that potential severe weather setup coming up on Wednesday. But to lower any sort of anxiety or fears for this setup, we're not anticipating any sort of widespread severe weather with this at this time. Just stay tuned for updates. So here's a look at the 10-day forecast. Like I said, keeping an eye on Wednesday. Could be a few strong severe storms across the area. For your Veterans Day, 60, partly cloudy conditions to partly sunny conditions off and on throughout the day. And then we're taking a look. There could be our first potential freeze of the season Friday and into Saturday. For our home game in Stillwater on Saturday, we're looking at highs around 55. I'll step out of the way so you can see the full extended forecast. Next chance for rain looks to be on Wednesday, 40% chance for rain and a high of 70. We'll keep an eye on that in case anything changes with that forecast. But we're going to be off and on roller coaster temperature-wise, like I said, 70s, 60s, 50s, back up to the 60s and 70s for next week. So that's a look at the 10-day forecast for that. So make sure that you follow me on all of my social media. I'm going to step out of the way real quick so I can show you. Sorry. You can follow me on all of my social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, you name it. I also have a live 24/7 weather channel, and if there's any inclement weather on Wednesdays, I'll be breaking into coverage to let you know of any severe weather alerts. On that, you can find that Weather 225 Stillwater on YouTube. Back to Connor at the news desk.
Thanks, Josh. I'm loving the new graphics you got there. I like that. Make sure to follow Josh on his social medias for everything going on in the weather. Switching over to sports, your Cowboy football improves to 8-1 on the season following a triumphant victory on the road. OSU went to Morgantown and beat West Virginia. The final score, 24-3. While the game didn't start out too well, with the Mountaineers getting on the board first and an interception from Spencer Sanders, the Cowboys found their groove in the second quarter. Tay Martin had an impressive touchdown pass to get the offense rolling with 8 minutes until halftime. Tanner Brown came in and kicked a 34-yard field goal with a minute remaining to send the Cowboys into halftime with a 10-3 lead. Jaylen Warren got his first touchdown since the Baylor game to keep the points coming for the Cowboys. OSU's defense was great as always, getting an interception in the third quarter and holding the Mountaineers to only 133 yards of total offense. Christian Holmes got his first interception of the season and sealed the win for the Cowboys with only 3 minutes to go in the game. In the new AP poll, OSU moves up to number 10. Be sure to check out the college football rankings that will be released tomorrow. OSU's next game is at home this Saturday. Be sure to tune in again Friday for an in-depth preview of the matchup against TCU. On Friday night, Oklahoma State basketball took the hardwood in an exhibition matchup against UCO. I was able to cover that game. Here's a recap.
Before the college basketball season begins, Oklahoma State hosted an exhibition matchup against the University of Central Oklahoma Friday night, the first time these schools have ever played each other. Early on, UCO was on a hot start out of the gate, taking an early 7-1 lead in the first few minutes. While OSU wasn't off to their hottest start, it didn't take long for some of the newest Cowboys this season, with Bryce Thompson and Musa Cisse getting involved early, as Thompson nailed his first 3 shots coming off the bench, as well as Cisse starting his own block party in the paint. Throughout the first half, UCO kept things interesting while Broncos' Cam Givens carried the scoring load as the Cowboys led by just 1 at the half. Going into the second half, Oklahoma State begun to shake off the rust on both ends of the court, thanks in part to the long ball, as the Cowboys shot over 40% beyond the arc, including 2 from Keelan Boone. While the Broncos continued to make things interesting in the final stretch, it wasn't enough as the Cowboys ended up with the win, 76-68. After the game, the entire Cowboys team showed up to the press conference to speak for the first time since the NCAA made their decision to ban OSU basketball from the upcoming playoffs. Led by Isaac Likely and Rondell Walker, the team showed their gratitude for all the fans that attended and wanted everyone to know that this team is not throwing in the towel this season.
It's been a tough week. It's going to be a long season. It was a great start to a long season, so I thank the fans and I think our coaching staff is prepared for this game.
Let's just go out there and win, and then I feel like we'll be remembered forever. A team that could, if that's our ceiling, winning a Big 12 championship, regular season championship, and not making the tournament, not being in the tournament. I feel like stuff like that would be historically remembered.
Make sure on Tuesday night to go out and to support your Cowboys as they begin regular season play, going up against UT Arlington at 7 p.m. at Gallagher-Iba Arena.
And before we let you go, it's time to get you in the know-how for all the upcoming events this week. On Tuesday, the OSU Museum of Art will be hosting Red Green Cow, an exhibition highlighting the museum's permanent collection, pulling from works of art that all have the dominant colors of red, green. Of course, there's cows on it. This exhibition will be open from Tuesday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Museum of Art building. Moving on to Wednesday, the Student Arts Alliance and OSU Competitive Sports will be presenting a drive-in movie experience featuring a classic Shrek at the Intramural Western Fields. The movie will begin at 7 p.m. and drinks and snacks will be for sale. For all music lovers, make sure to mark your calendars down on Thursday from noon to 1 p.m. as the OSU Greenwood School of Music will be performing a free concert featuring trombone ensembles at the Edmund Lowe Library. And to wrap things up on Friday, make sure to head over to Gallagher Iba Arena and support your Cowboys as OSU men's basketball will be facing up against Oakland. Tip-off for that game will begin at 7 p.m. That will wrap things up for today's show. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to keep up with all things happening on Ocali.com and tune in here throughout the week at OcaliTV.com. For the Daily O, I'm Connor Bergen. Have a great weekend, and do not forget, go Pokes!